Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today decided to do somewhat of a follow-up video to my two previous ones. So in today's video I wanted to talk about, like, there's a lot of things going on right now in the world and with social media, and there's this thing of like, we're kind of breaking away from societal norms. So I had this idea to film about societal norms and going off of your timeline. And I think I'm a perfect example of someone who went against societal norms, being that I am an unmarried mother and I bought a home as a single mom, when typically that's done typically you fall in love, get married, buy a home, and then have the child. And I've yet to do that. Well, have yet to get married and did not go in that order. But you know what? It's okay. And finally, in the year 2022, we are recognizing that not going the traditional path is okay. The societal norms or societal way of things that have been, instilled in us for many generations, it's still there. People still kind of wonder, like, okay, you're over 30, this for women, you're over 30, no kids, no marriage, like, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you, okay? There is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with waiting for the right person. There's nothing wrong with doing your own thing first. Being that I'm 35, I'll be 40 and God, just in less than 5 years, which is crazy. But like they say, age is just a number. And right now, being 35, I'm in the best place I think I can be, honestly, because I feel at peace. I feel that if there's something I want in life, I know I will get it. And it took me a long time to realize that. And I just feel so grateful and blessed that I've had the opportunities. I don't know why my camera likes to shut off, but like I was saying, I feel that I'm in a very good place, and I just wanted to kind of follow up with my previous videos of, I don't define myself as just a single mother. I'm Jennifer. I'm, a woman. I'm a person, and we all go through things, and because your life doesn't follow what's expected, it's okay. And I went on to share, like, my journey the past almost 5 years, what led me into where I am right now. And I just felt compelled to, share that it doesn't matter where you are in life. As long as you're happy, as long as you're working towards what you want, it's fine. And I'm just sick of, like, the stigma of, and I'm just sick of social media sometimes. Like, sometimes I just have to, not look at it, and which is kind of hard because it's so much a part of our life, and it's especially when you like to create content, you kind of have to be on there. But sometimes it's just too much. We're just so oversaturated with what everyone else is doing. You kind of feel discouraged or distracted to do what you need to do. And I'm human, like, and we're all human, like, that happens. But when it comes to things I want and all of that, like, you just have to snap out of it and just focus on you. Like, I didn't grow up with social media, thank God. It wasn't a thing until I was in my earlier mid-20s. Like, I don't even think Facebook was around it wasn't around when I was in high school. It wasn't around until I was, like, college age. And it was still very new, and, we weren't always like this, and just heads down and just focusing on what other people's lives are about and not our own. And it's gonna come, I feel like it's gonna come to the point where people are just over it. And I mean, I don't think social media is going to go away, but I think it's just going to peak or tap out. I don't know. Because it's just too much. Before social media, we already had these pressures of doing and accomplishing things by a certain age, and now it's just heightened since social media in the past 10, 15 years, or almost 15 years. And you just have to remember that you just have to remember that no matter where you are in life, and you just have to remember wherever you're at in life that it's okay. You just have to follow your own path and forget what society or social media says you should do by a certain age. Like, gone are the days where you after high school, go to college, get the job, marriage, kids, all before like 25 or 30. If you think about it, it's like, that's so unrealistic in a sense, if you think about it. And especially where you live. Like, I'm in California, it is very expensive. Like, people my age or older can't even buy a home right now. And it is expected for like 25, 26-year-olds too. Like, no. I mean, yes, they can, but you have to make a lot of money. And that's another thing. Like, if you're in your early or mid 20s, like, don't feel pressured. You have to have like this 6-figure job. It's just kind of annoying at this point. And like I said, I'm so glad it wasn't really a thing when I was younger, because it's just annoying. Like, just constantly, like, you need to have all this stuff going on to feel, validated or feel like you're something. And it's just not true. It's just not true. So with that being said, where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? So my camera keeps overheating. So back to what I was saying. Just, if you feel overwhelmed and feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, you are where you're supposed to be. Like they say, or like the saying goes, you are meant to be where you're at right now. And if you just focus and not give a shit of societal norms and what people think, and not just people, and family too, family and friends, that you should be at a certain point in your life by a certain age. And that's just not the case anymore. And I think as time goes on, we'll slowly get away from that. But right now, like I said, I'm always saying my age, 35, like my generation, we are literally stuck in between. Well, not stuck. We grew up at a time where it was very traditional. And now, as a millennial, we're shifting away from that. And which is a good thing, I think. I still believe in some of traditions. For example, I don't wish single parenthood, mom or dad, really on anyone. I don't think no one chooses that. And if you do, like, you're crazy. Because it's hard to raise a child on your own. But as far as, being judged or feel like it's a bad thing, no, it's not. And that's where the shift is going. Like, it's more normalized now, this new way of living and thinking. And I like some traditional aspects as far as 2-parent household, being married before having a child. That's what I wanted initially, or I thought my life would be, but it didn't happen that way, and that's okay. Relationships don't work out. Found myself pregnant, living with my significant other and it didn't work out. So maybe it's best that we didn't get married because it would have ended in divorce. So anyway, I say all that to say that there's plenty of people like myself that went their own way, went their own path as far as not being married, having a child, and buying a home as a single person and not married. And I'm still thriving. I'm in a really good place. And what's next is that I do want to get married. I want to date to get married. In a sense, saving myself. Saving myself is not just, sexually, but just really being picky of who I want. In order to date to get married, you have to be courted. And this could be a whole other topic, but I'm just sick of I don't want to be sound like a man hater or just, go down that or just, go on a tangent. But yeah, a lot of men don't know how to date. And I'm sick of this hookup culture. And so that's why it's I like this new way of getting away from societal norms, but I'm still traditional. And this hookup culture is this way when I'm more this way. And yeah, and so I was saying what's next is to get married. And as far as, this is, my house, if we will be living in this house, I don't know. I'm thinking really far ahead. That's just what I do. I think really far ahead because I contemplate this because I feel like the next person I meet and date, they will be my husband. And I just go back and forth of they say, or it's not a good idea for a man to be living in a woman's space and all that. I don't know. I would love to either keep this or sell it. I'm not sure. But I feel like I would want to get a home together, not just for him. And if we do live together in this house, it will be temporary. I'll just say that because you just never know. You just never know. But I do know that I am waiting for that to happen, and I am in a good place. I am happy with where my life path has gone, and I think that you watching should be happy where your life path is gone or is going, and that to still keep moving forward and to work towards what you want in life. And I just love watching videos like this for me because it just kind of gives you hope and you feel like you're not the only one. Just kind of well, I didn't do this yet, or I did this first, but I shouldn't have done it second or third. And no, you're fine, my love. You are just fine. And I couldn't be happier. I need to wrap this up before my camera dies again or shuts off. You are just fine, my love. And just don't even really pay attention or really care if there are people that have the things you want and they did it in the way that you're supposed to do. Just focus on you. I didn't care what my life looked like compared to someone else, whether it be someone I didn't know online or one of my friends. And as long as you're happy and doing the right thing, that's all that matters. And I'm proud to be a single mom that bought her first home for her and her child. That just means the world to me. And I know that I will get married in the near future, and I cannot wait. So with that being said, this video is for the people that feel like their path is different from others, and I'm here to say it is okay, and you will achieve and get what you want. It just might not be in the order that you thought or would like to. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.